Poor wireless. Hey, there we go, guys. How we doing? Dr. Sean here, my buddy Dr. Eric Nepute.
Hey,
we're going to go live this morning. So we got a house call getting ready to come up here in just a matter of seconds. We're going to shoot this thing live. We're going to engage. Hopefully we're going to do something rock star good this morning that'll change all of our lives. That's what we're after today. So I hope you enjoy it. We're getting ready to do it. I can hear Elvis in the background, so we're right around the corner. So stay tuned with us here, and here we go.
Welcome to House Call with Dr. Sean McCaffrey on Sports Radio 1450. Dr. McCaffrey is taking your calls. 529-1450. Now, this week, House Call with Dr. Sean McCaffrey on Sports Radio 1450 and sportsradio1450.com.
All right, guys, good morning. I'm Dr. Sean McCaffrey. We are out of studio this morning. I'm sitting here in St. Louis with a good buddy of mine, cup of coffee, talking. We came down yesterday to shoot some great informational videos. It was outstanding. My buddy Eric Nepute, Dr. Nepute, is sitting here with me today. We're live on Facebook right now. Wave to everybody. We're all set and ready to go. And, of course, we're live over the air, which makes it exciting. So Dr. Nepute and I were talking yesterday. He said, hey, Doc, why don't you come on down? I'm doing some informationals, and I want to get out to people. I want to get some information out there to help people change their lives. Make it exciting. Make it fun. So I thought, all right, man, this would be great. So we came down yesterday. Doc, fill us in on what we were doing.
Well, I mean, it's all about education, right? Doctor is Latin for teacher. So we got together. We rented out a studio. We put down a couple hours of audio and visual tracks about education. We want to give people the map, the keys in the car so they can drive themselves to health. I mean, that's what we do. I mean, you and I, we all live in this world, but you and I really live in this world to help really give people options when it comes to health, because most people don't get the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. That's what we do, and that's what we're doing now. So, man, I can't wait to get that video edited so we can get it out to the masses, because it's going to change people's lives.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. It was so much fun to do and so exciting for us, and it was a way for us to sit there and, we think tank a lot.
Right.
Doc and I like to think tank back and forth a bunch and share ideas, and, it's fascinating when you get together with people that are like-minded, how all of a sudden things start clicking, right? You start, an idea comes up, and you see something else, and another idea comes up, and it's really, it's amazing. And it's so much fun because the creativity that comes out of that and what you learn from that and what you're able to share and what we're going to be able to do with this. Because, 2018 is going to be a big year.
Yeah,
right?
huge.
Huge year for us. And so 2018, man, guys, we're going to try and change healthcare. I know it's something that Doc's thought about. It's something I've thought about. You hear me talking all the time about revolutionizing healthcare. That is our goal. We want to change it. We want to create something that's never been done before. We want to help people get their lives back. We want to help people realize that, look, you guys have the power. You have the ability to regain and recontrol your lives. You just need a little help and a little guidance to stay on the path. And if we can do that, amazing things can happen. So super excited about this. Super excited about going live. Periodically, I'll have Doc sneak over there when you guys are texting into us. I see you typing in.
Yep.
He'll sneak over there. Maybe you can even follow us and see where we're at on there. We'll do all these great things. Now, for those of you that are joining us for the first time, I'm Dr. Sean McCaffrey. I join you every Saturday morning with what I think is the best quality healthcare advice you can receive. It is a holistic, natural approach to healthcare. It's about helping you learn how to take care of yourself and regain that health. I'm 18 years into doing this. It's a ton of fun. I love doing it. I love the calls, the conversations, all the things that we do. Now, it's a call-in talk show, guys. 529-1450 is our number. 529-1450. Now, I had the privilege yesterday. I was at the Illinois Senior Center. I got to go over and do a great talk about nutrition and sodium and salt and how it affects their diet and what they can do. It's interesting when you're looking at senior nutrition, right? And I hate that word in a way sometimes because you feel like you get grouped into, oh my gosh, senior. All right, there's a lifespan. Say you break it into 100 years. You just break it into parts, right? There's a beginning, there's a middle, there's an end, there's all these things. We want to help people, but your nutrition needs change as you go through life. When you're a 10, 12-year-old little kid, man, you can throw anything in that furnace because it's growing. Then as we kind of hit that midway point, 30 to 50, somewhere in there, things start slowing down, right? The brakes start going on. But then as we cross over that 50 mark, Now the body's like, look, I'm not growing taller. I'm not getting, my arms and legs aren't getting longer. I don't need the same fuel. I need different things. Now I've got a lifetime of wear and tear that I'm having to repair, I'm having to balance, I'm having to do all these things with. And so as we work that way, our nutritional needs change. So I had a wonderful time with about 50 people yesterday. It was fantastic going through their concerns over nutrition and vitamins and minerals, and should I take things to help digest food, and what about real butter versus margarine? It was outstanding. It was a great, great time. And I love doing these. I love getting the chance to get out in the community and share a little bit of knowledge. Being able to introduce ourselves and explain things, because, that's what it's about, right? You said it right there. It's teacher. That's what we're trying to do, and it's exciting. I know you're always busy doing stuff.
Well, I mean, yeah, we have to. If we don't do it, who's going to? And if not now, when? Sean, we live in a world where we're spending, close to $4 trillion a year on our healthcare system, more than any other country combined, and we're still one of the sickest cultures on the planet. It's because our system is wrong. It's because we're not educating people. And I always say that there's two types of people, right? There's, you're talking about your senior citizens. Well, there's groups of individuals, whether it's senior citizens or not. You think one group of people that's 70, 80, 90, 100 years old, they're still living quality life, right? They play tennis, they exercise, they still have a sex life. They live a quality life. Then there's another group. These are people that they're just never healthy. Well, what's the difference between the two? It's quality life versus quality education. When people are quality educated, I don't mean like having a bachelor's or a master's or a doctorate. I mean getting information so that they can make an informed decision about what they should or shouldn't do, because success, whether it's health or wealth or whatever, is the little things done right consistently, And it's our job to educate people so they can make those decisions. So, yeah we got to get out there.
Absolutely, Doc, and I couldn't agree with you more, guys. So if you're excited about this, make sure you tell everybody that we're on air today. If you're on Facebook Live, I'm going to check the Facebook things that you guys are sticking up there for us right now. Yep. We're going to take a break. We'll be back in just a moment.
Cool. Healthcare advice 3.
Okay. All right, man. So we're still going, guys. So we'll take our break here. This is how we do the show. So if you ever wondered what I do during the show and stuff like that, this is what I do. Right. We take this little couple 2-minute break here, waiting for commercials and all those things to go by, and we just kind of catch up. It's like Doc and I don't get a lot of chance to get down here and see him. He's super busy. You guys think I'm busy? He does more probably in half a day than I do in a week. It's amazing how busy this man is.
Lots of coffee.
But it's a lot, and lots of coffee. But it's a great thing to be able to share this. So, guys, if you are on Facebook right now, if you're on live and you're following us right now, you guys want to ask some things, ask some questions, by all means, put them up there for us, and we'll try to get to them during these little breaks here. And we'll go through it. And I know, Doc, you and I yesterday, we had such a great time.
Oh, blast.
And it was so much fun. I cannot wait to share this stuff with you guys as we come back in. And we get these videos put up, and we get the educational things put together, whether it's on Facebook or we're doing it on our new webpage that's up. And I'm going to talk about that here in a second. Super excited about all this stuff. So I'm really looking forward to this. It's going to be a great year. Cannot wait to help all of our community. I love doing what I do. I know Doc loves doing what he does. It's exciting. It's really exciting. So, guys, hang in there. If you got something you want to ask us, by all means, shoot it up there, and we'll get ready to kick back on here in just a second.
I think I have a little buddy waking up.
Oh, I see. It's always good to be a dad. I know the feeling. We're at Doc's house today, and his children are all upstairs asleep. His wife is out of town. She's getting back in tonight. So he's playing dad and doctor and all this stuff while we're doing all this. So it's kind of fun. It's a good time.
Video highlights and features from the 70th Boys City Tournament all week long through the championship game tonight.
Yeah, this is just real radio, baby. This is real
life. It's real life.
Let's bring you the best city tournament coverage anywhere. Brought to you by Lincoln College. Experience excellence.
All right, looks like I can't see it on here. Jennifer Foster. Wow, you are unbelievable. Hey, Jennifer. You're everywhere. Do you sleep? Do you sleep?
Not too much.
Ain't no way got time for that. Ain't no way got time for sleeping, man.
All right, guys. Welcome back here to House Call. We are live again here on the radio. Our phone number is 529-1450, 529-1450. We're back here in studio. Now, with my good buddy, Dr. Eric Nepute. You guys have probably heard of him. He's all over the place. I see a little girl under a ping pong table across the room, hiding down here, and little feet are flipping back and forth. So good morning. And now I see a bulldog.
Yeah,
he's
real life, baby.
Outstanding. So guys, we're talking about what we're doing here, and we got a new web page we got put together. Super excited about this. McCaffreyhealth.com. You go there, and it'll kind of give you a good idea of what we're about, what we do, why we do. Hi there, come here. Good idea about what we do and how we do. And it's exciting when we're talking about this sort of thing because it gives me a way to show you there's so much, Doc. I know you're the same way. We do so much that it's hard to get that across in an easy visit with someone.
It's true. I mean, the reality is that we got a guest that just walked in.
Yes, we do.
This my 4-year-old daughter just woke up. So here's the deal, man. The biggest frustration is if people knew what we knew, they would do what we do, right?
Right.
And so we have a limited amount of time to make as big an impact as possible. So our job, the only way you can get people to really make the right decision to do something is to properly educate them, inspire them, motivate them, and that takes time. It's a process. You know what I mean? It's an absolute process to do that. So that's why we're on the radio now. We got other radio shows we're doing later. We got we did the video in yesterday. We got lectures next week. I mean, it's just what we do, plus being a parent, right?
Yeah, no, the parent's the good part, right? Because that's reality. That's real world. As I'm petting a bulldog and I got a little 4-year-old, it makes it fun. But guys, it's so true. And when you go to our new webpage, this is one of the things that, we got so much going on. I'm posting things there now. We're posting our shows. We're posting our segments, our news segments. We're doing all the little things that we're doing to try to give you a better chance to connect, to try to give you a better idea of what it is that we're all about. Now, we also have a million other things going on here. We just, Doc, this is fun for me.
Yeah.
The New York Magazine.
Oh yeah. Let's talk about that.
Contacted me here recently and said, "Hey, Doc, we'd like to have an article if you could give us one." Yeah. So I'm like, "All right, what are we talking about?" We're going to talk about ergonomics, and it was cool. And they were talking about laptops, and as Doc's working on his right now, how hard it is on the body physically. Right, so we got a chance to do an article for New York Magazine, and they were discussing, should we stand at the work center? Should we use stand-up sites? Should we do things? And so my whole take on it was posture.
Yeah, for sure.
As long as the posture is balanced, as long as you keep everything aligned and balanced, and that means not all hunched forward and this and that, because that just leads to back pain, neck pain, and headaches. Right? We see that all the time. By proper posture, you can alleviate so many of the structural things that go wrong in the body. Because, guys, physical pain is no fun.
No, it's not. Well, and here's the deal, too. Like, if you look from a structural standpoint, structure precedes function, right? I mean, those of you that are listening right now, maybe you're at home or maybe in a car, lean forward just a little bit and try to take a deep breath in, right? When you're all hunched over, like most of us sit all day long. And then sit up straight and take a deep breath. What's easier? Obviously, the second one, when you have good posture. The research has shown that if you have an increased kyphotic curve, bigger curve in your back, you're going to have a high risk for cardiovascular issues, COPDs, high blood pressure, cholesterol. All that can go up because the posture is bad. And that's why it's so important that, like, when you and I do our exams, and a lot of the functional doctors like us, we look at the person and put our hands on the person. It's not like we're just going to go in a room, we already have a script ready to give them for their symptom. It's cause-based care, and it's so important that we look at physiology and structure as an adult, but especially, like, you guys, my 4-year-old daughter was just in here a minute ago. These little guys and gals are on these phones all the time, and we're never going to fix that. That's their culture, right? They're always on the phone, but you're going to have to do some stuff ergonomically to repair that. It's just like, I don't know any kids that don't, there's very rare that they just don't have junk food occasionally.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they're going to have to brush their teeth more. It's preventative maintenance, right? And you have to do more of that whenever you have more of an insult on the body. So you're absolutely right, man, 100%.
Yeah, and we're talking about this, and one of the things Doc's saying here, guys, is that, and this is a really key part that I think is super important, is that we're looking at a time of life when things are changing, things are evolving. We are in an information age. Yeah. It's crazy. I was reading something the other day, and it was talking about that an adult today will have more life-altering change occur in 1 year than our grandparents did in their entire adult lifehood.
Yeah.
And you look at that and think, wow, it's all the time. And look at our children.
Oh my God.
It's going to go 10 times faster than that because of technology. So we know that, all right, man, we can't get them off of these things because it's part of their culture, it's part of their world. It's now a stress in their environment.
Yeah.
So we have to address it. So with children now, all of a sudden, Doc, just adjusting. becomes a huge thing
Huge.
for kids nowadays because of the backpacks, because of the cell phones, the iPads, all the things. I mean, books. I love books.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of it. Doc's got a huge one right here in front of his iPad.
Very cool.
I love books. People are going away from them, though.
Right.
Everything's now on an iPad.
Right.
And to read an iPad, even when you read, you got to do this.
Yeah.
Right? So you're looking at these things, whether it's a Kindle or some kind of reader, they're in front of you. So we look at that and we say, gosh, it's just part of our culture. So as society adapts and changes, we have to adapt with it.
Yeah.
And this is a huge, huge piece. And it's a call to action on my part because, guys, what Doc was saying there about lungs, about your heart, about digestion, as you fold forward and you compress, everything gets harder. So all we have to do is say, well, then, if we don't have anybody that has breathing problems, and we have no one that has constipation, diarrhea, or reflux, we're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
But that's not our world, is it?
No.
We're loaded with it, right? These are everywhere, and it's stuff we look at and we think about, and it's crazy how it all works. And I mean, guys, it's real time. It's real time. Now, again, our phone number here, if you got a question for Doc or myself, it's 529-1450. 529-1450. We are live on Facebook. We're showing you what we do as we go through the show here. And just a ton of fun.
Yeah.
Now, we talked about our senior thing.
Yeah.
We got a newsletter, guys. It's called The Healthy Shamrock. It comes out every Monday. It's just a little easy email type newsletter. This week's is really good. It's a great thing. The group that's putting it together for us, they put it out there. They're like, Doc, what do you want to put in there? And I'm like, let's. I want people to know about these things. So if you want to be part of this, there's no charge to it. It's free. Okay, it's something we do for you. It's The Healthy Shamrock. Every Monday, it'll come in your email. Open it up, read through it, and see if there's something there that can help you and your family do really cool things. Now, another thing, I do Wellness Wednesday.
Yeah.
We do Wellness Wednesday on Fox. This past Wellness Wednesday, we were discussing women's health. I did an article recently, a women's health initiative that I got interviewed for. And so we're discussing this on Fox, and they broke it into parts. They talked about stress. They talked about physical problems that women go through. They talked about weight and all these things. So if you guys are interested in this sort of stuff, it's on Facebook. We put it there. It's now on our webpage. Again, at McCaffreyhealth.com. You can go there, click right to it, watch a little link that we did for Wellness Wednesday. Now, what's really cool, I was telling you about this yesterday, but that the people that interviewed me for this, there were 10 doctors that were on this panel.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. 9 of them are published. 9 of them have written New York Times bestsellers and this and that. And then there's old Dr. Sean. And I'm like, all right, I'm on there. But they used my quote. So I'm like, woo, I'm all excited over this. They used my quote, and I thought, all right, this is good. Well, it got even better. Because when I did the Wellness Wednesday segment on Fox, that people that wrote the article came back, grabbed my segment, and posted it to their site. 1.4 million people got to see what we're trying to do. And I told, Doc and I talk about this a lot. I believe we are revolutionizing healthcare.
Yeah.
I believe we are changing things for the better, and it starts with what you said earlier, education.
Well, man, it's people are so hungry right now for the truth. It's not even funny. I mean, we live in the information era and then some, where you can get, whether it's good or bad information, at the touch of your fingertips from the internet, right? Stay off WebMD, by the way, or else you'll think your splinters, tumor, some type of crazy cancer. But here's the deal: is that people want the info, but they need good resources to get it from, and they need people that are just going to tell them the truth, no matter what people say about it. We're going to tell them the truth, and people that are going to not just give them the truth, but give them options, right? Here, what I always say to folks, and I know you feel the same way, is, quite honestly, our job is to give the info, and it's your job to decide what are you going to do about it.
Yep.
At the end of the day, I like to call it the pillow test. If I can lay my head down at the pillow every night and I know that I did a good job telling the truth to folks, it's been a good day. I don't care what you do with your health. All I care is that I give you the opportunity to make the right decision with that health, which most people do not get. They go to the doctor and they have heart disease or cancer or diabetes or stroke or neck pain, back pain. Also, they only get one option. Right? Here's the deal. It's a drug or a surgery. Here's your option. Or you do nothing, And again, we don't treat those diseases. We treat the imbalances in your body that can cause those diseases. And every condition that's out there, the stuff that we do can complement what else they're doing, or in a lot of times it can replace some of the things that people do, but people don't know those options are out there. And they say, well, where's the science? There's tons of science behind it. I mean, this giant book right here, all these other books over here, the science is there. Just because they don't know doesn't mean it's not true. We used to think that if you got into a boat years ago, went out into the ocean, you'd never come back.
That's right, you'd fall off the end of the square earth.
Yeah. Flat earth thinking is done, brother. And people are now going, maybe this whole thing with healthcare ain't working out so good.
Yeah.
You know, and all we hear about people arguing, I mean, there's a government shutdown going on and all this stuff. You know, they're not going to fix your problem. You want to throw more money at an already broken system? We're already spending $4 trillion on a system that doesn't work. And the reason why it doesn't work is because we're not going after the cause. We're going after symptoms.
Yep.
You know, it just makes no sense. And then when people see this and hear this, they go, okay, wait a minute. Those guys are speaking my language. Those guys are talking the truth. I want more of that. That's why we're all over the place doing what we're doing. Somebody's got to do it, man.
You betcha.
So,
And that's the role we took on. You know, guys, I position myself in healthcare as the Robin Hood of healthcare.
That's right.
I am trying to rebalance things. I am trying to take from the greedy and give back to the needy. And that's really what we're doing here. And I truly believe in this. Dr. Nepute, part of the Merry Man.
Yeah,
he's part of the band, but this is what we're doing.
We're
trying to change things, guys. And when we get like minds together, amazing things happen. Now, you brought up WebMD.
Yeah.
I thought this was really funny because I was looking at something the other day. I was doing an article on white willow bark.
Yeah, sure.
And its effect on the body and how it works like an aspirin, because that's where aspirin came from, if you didn't know, right? Bayer Aspirin Company in 1893, 4, 5, somewhere in there, they discovered this, that the active ingredient, that's always the key word there, the active ingredient in the white willow bark was the salicylate. So they created salicylic acid, which is aspirin, right? Now, the problem with that is when you extract out one key ingredient from something and you don't take the whole, that one ingredient now tends to have side effects.
Right.
See, when nature put that together, it said, look, I'm going to put 4,000 other ingredients in there to be a synergistic balance, to keep everything healthy. So in doing this, we look at that and we say, okay, so if you pull out the one ingredient, but you don't have the balances for it, then all of a sudden things get in trouble.
Right.
It'd be like making soup and you take everything out but the salt.
Right.
And you're like, lick the salt. There you go. There's your chicken noodle soup. No, there's no chicken. There's no broth. There's no water. But does that make sense, right? So we look at this and we say, okay, so I thought, all right, I'll look up aspirin effects, side effects on WebMD.
Okay.
There's almost none, right?
Okay.
They don't list hardly anything. I mean, there's a little blip about this big, do what your doctor says, blah, 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 blah. And I'm not against that.
Right.
But then I looked up white willow.
Okay.
And I get like a 2-page dissertation on why it's dangerous and how you shouldn't do it and all these things that could happen because it's unfounded. And I look to myself and I think, wait a minute here. This is where you got it from.
Right.
This is where it came from. Here's what it does. And they list all the possible side effects. Now, what's interesting is all the possible side effects the aspirin has too.
Sure.
Because it's the same ingredient. It's the same chemical. But they chose not to do that. And I thought, really? Are you kidding me? I don't mind you putting the information out there, but put it out there equally.
It's not fair and balanced.
It's not at all.
You know, it's like you know, the folks that go out and they take ascorbic acid, right? It's the same kind of a deal. I mean, when you have an orange, when the good Lord made oranges, he goes, okay, this is going to be good for your system for lots of reasons. I'm going to put in there bioflavonoids. I'm going to put in there some other vitamins, the white stuff around the outside of it. All that is important to eat because that's what makes it food, right? And unfortunately, and you know this, what we talked about the other day, 80-something% of all chronic diseases.
88, there it is.
88%. It's all caused by lifestyle, and a lot of it is making poor choices, uninformed choices about foods, what we eat, what we drink, all that. And then we think, well, I'm taking a supplement. I'm taking my, my multi-mins whatever vitality vitamin from GNC, which don't anybody sue us because we're not bashing them. But
that's right.
The research has shown that, the cardboard box it comes in is more nutritious than the pill.
It's our opinion.
Yeah, it's just our opinion. Yeah. Anyway.
Doc, no, you're right on.
It's true,
and you're right on. And you look at things and you think about that. Guys, when we come back here in a little bit, we're going to talk about a couple things. I think today I'm going to go through something called an integrated urinalysis panel.
Let's talk about
we're going to address some of our stuff you guys are posting up over here on our live. We're going to bring some of those up. If you got a question or call or something you want, our number is 529-1450, 529-1450. I got Dr. Eric Nepute here joining me today. So when we get back here in just a minute, we're going to discuss that. We're going to talk about what can you do right? We're sitting here saying, gosh, we got all these health things and we're educating. How do you know if you need help?
Right.
How do you know? We'll go through some of the telltale symptoms. We'll go through some of the things you can focus on, and then we'll go and see what we got to do. I'm going to pet a bulldog right now because it's looking pretty cute. We'll be back in just a moment.
Awesome. Let's see what we got here. 88% of crime. You can see that? You're live on
There she
TV
is.
right
Wave
now.
to him.
Can you wave?
Everybody sees you. It's
Okay.
too late. They already saw you.
529-1450.
Yep.
We got a couple questions here. Chronic
Yeah.
disease. What, baby? Hi, Rebecca. Good morning, Jennifer. Good morning, Jennifer. Rebecca. Good morning. Hey, Bria. What's up, brother? My brother from another mother up in Wisconsin.
Like that.
I love it, man. He's a great cat, dude. Lots of good people.
Questions we got, buddy?
None yet.
Okay.
Hey, don't do that yet.
Sean,
Yes, sir.
Golden is ready.
Excellent. Very good.
You are back in a minute.
Yep.
Okay, you can have
There you go. Look at that.
Hey, you want Rick Kirby today?
Sure, Rick can join us. That's fine.
Okay.
I'm just running through what's in the news, man.
Yeah, that's
Running
good.
through what's in the news. Here's one for you, Doc. Birth control could decrease risk of endometrial and ovarian cancers, but cause breast.
I mean, because it screws
And
up the
thyroid.
hormones. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I can't say how many women that we see. One of the first questions we ask when they're jacked up is, "Are you on a birth control pill?"
Yeah.
You know? I mean, there are other ways to not have a child, and there's a lot of methods.
Crazy,
That birth
crazy
control
stuff.
really
I'll
screwed
tell
up
you.
for a long time.
Yeah,
long
absolutely. Stress may actually be making you sick, a new study finds.
No, really.
That's crazy talk. Wow.
Did you talk-
Michigan State University, gotta love the Spartans.
I wonder how much money they spent on that.
Oh my
study.
gosh, can you imagine? Can you imagine? Probably millions of dollars to tell you something we've known for 100 years. Amazing. Hey, and lack of sunlight may hurt your health.
No way.
No, I'm serious.
That's why the flu season's here.
We'll have to go through some of these. These will be good.
All right, so I have a question about autoimmune.
Yeah,
We'll just talk about autoimmune and food allergies.
perfect. I go old school music.
I like it,
Old school.
I like it. My radio show's like all hard rock and AC/DC.
All right, guys, welcome back here. I'm Dr. Sean McCaffrey. Our phone number is 529-1450. We are live on Facebook doing our show. You're seeing it how we do it every week.
Right.
This is what we do. It's a lot of fun. It's exciting. If you guys are online right now, go on and check us out and tune in with us. If you have questions or anything like that, shoot them up there. Doc and I are watching this thing. Now, we're want to thank our sponsors. We got some amazing people. We have the Apple Barn, Belterra Farms, Goulden's Body Boutique and Nail Spa, which is a new one that we're going to talk to her here in just a second, and Hillier Storage and Moving. So let's get a hold of Goulden there, Robert, if you can do it for me. Goulden, good morning. Are you with us? Good morning, hon. How you doing? Excellent. Now, we are joining teams this year because you and I have been doing some stuff together. We've been focusing on how to de-stress people's lives. We've been working on it. You got that pod. I floated in that thing a week ago. It was amazing. Absolutely amazing. What a cool experience. And one of the things I like about it, when we're doing pods and stuff like this, guys, Goulden's place is... Goulden, where are you located? How do you give them the address to that?
We're on 2306 Wabash, right across from the mall where Shinoda Massage Shop.
Okay, yes, right there on the main strip. So it's easy to find. It's easy to get to. Now, you and I were talking earlier about just de-stressing life, right? Because life's hard. You know, you see it more than I do. When you have people coming into your business... What do you see all the time? Are people always, are they overwhelmed? Are they tired? Are they run down? Do you see that a lot?
That is why we're there. People need our spa, basically. There's all sorts of services that we offer for de-stressing, starting with, your manicure, pedicure,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's those wonderful items in our boutique. So basically, you walk in and you get to do all sorts of things, from your facial to clothing to dental skin services and shopping.
Yeah, and it's a great service you offer because, guys, this is what it's all about. It's about de-stressing the body. And, we've all been there, right? If you're a mom and you've got 3 kids running around and you've got a family to take care of and a pet and a dog and someone's sick and you're go, and you're working a job, it's overwhelming. And one of the cool things, this is one of the reasons why we decided to partner up with Goulden this year, is that this is an experience that you get to take a moment for you. You get to take a moment for yourself. You get to take a moment to get your life back. And sometimes letting some of that stress go, Doc, you know this, it is healthy to let that stuff off your back, to get it gone.
Well, there's no question about that. And what I love about what you're doing at your facilities is first of all, it's a place where people can go to de-stress. I mean, I remember years ago, I used to give my wife a hard time for wanting to go to the nail salon and the spa and all that once a week. I'm like, what's the deal with that? And then I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag. Then she took me.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm like, hey man, this is legit. So now I'll just tell you a story. I can't walk in there by myself and get my nails done. So my girls, I take them once a week. I'm like, hey girls, Daddy needs. Let's go get your nails done. My little 4-year-old, she's like, no, I'm good. I'm like, no, we need to go today.
That's right.
Because it's a place to go to de-stress.
That's it.
And by the way, de-stress is a real term. We've got eustress, which is stress that our body gives.
Yep.
That we get from life. And the only way to get healthy is to de-stress. And what you're doing with the deprivation, with the pods, and with the spa treatments, I mean, it's amazing. So kudos to you guys. I want to go there today. I mean,
it's fantastic. It is. It's fantastic, guys, and it's cutting edge, and it's such a cool thing to have that available to us in Springfield. It's such an amazing facility that covers so many things. So, Goulden, how do they get a hold of you if they want to reach out to you?
Our phone number is 217-679-8679. We do a lot of night appointments, but we have a lot of clients that are just close here as well. We try to accommodate for everyone that is interested in using our services.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. It's a great, great thing, hon. I appreciate it. I cannot wait to work with you guys this year. I'll be in that pod again here in the week. I love it. It was fantastic. It's a great de-stress, guys. Pamper yourselves. Goulden Spa, it's amazing. It's a great place. You're going to love it. Hon, thanks a lot. You have a great weekend, okay?
Thank you.
All right. Take care. Guys, this is what we do, right? It's local, it's real, real people in our community giving back to us. And Doc, this is what it's all about. That's what you and I do.
Man, those deprivation, those pods, those are amazing, man. I mean, I forget all the science behind it. I did a neuro seminar a couple years ago, and they were talking about if you really want to reset yourself, I mean, doing one of those pods where you're floating in however many 100 pounds.
Yeah, it's like 1,000 pounds of Epsom salt, right? It's crazy.
Darkness. I mean, 10 to 15 minutes of that is like, it's like being a baby in the womb again.
It is.
It really resets everything neurologically, and that sounds pretty awesome to me right now.
Oh my gosh, it's fantastic. And guys, when I was doing this the other day, you're sitting in there and you're warm because it's body temperature. You're not hot. You're warm. It's your own body temperature, and you're just floating free. It's like you're laying on a cloud. It's absolutely unbelievable what it can do for you, and the effect is amazing. It truly is an amazing thing, And Doc, it's just, I don't know how else to explain it. It's just a great thing. So if you guys get a chance to visit our sponsors and all the great things they do, by all means, look them up. Now, you and I were taking a break there. We were talking about some things. We got some stuff over here on Facebook. Right. Someone said, hey, guys, what do you think about autoimmune disorders? What do you think about that? So right away, when you hear autoimmune, what comes in your mind?
Well, when I hear, first thing that comes to my mind right now is that there's a cause of the problem. Right. That's the first thing that comes to my mind. Autoimmune is like, it's like saying, we talked the other day, it's like saying there's a zebra in your bathtub.
That's right.
What are you going to do about it? You know what I mean? Like, when people come to us and they go, well, I've got an autoimmune disease, it's like someone says it's like they're defeated.
Yep.
There's nothing that can be done. They've been told, I've got this autoimmune issue.
You're a victim.
It's done.
Yep.
Well, what do you mean it's done? Like, so then I ask them the question, and they get offended sometimes. And I say, well, let me ask you this. What's the cause of your autoimmune disease? What cause? Well, I don't know. Just genetic. I was born that way?
It's always genes.
No,
always
man.
genes.
Like, there's a reason for all kinds of stuff. I mean, I know you have too. I mean, I've seen, blood tests where people have had positive RA factors, a positive test for autoimmune stuff, and then 6, 8, 12 months later, they do the right stuff. Their genes change, epigenetics changes, and guess what? Now they don't have it anymore. And what I love about that is when they go back to their doctor to get checked, and they say, well, must have been a misdiagnosis. Maybe you didn't have autoimmune disease at first. Now, What, are you kidding me? I mean, instead of just figuring out what was done to fix the problem, you're just going to go, well, maybe I screwed up for 12 years and gave you the wrong pills. You know what I mean?
Doc, this is so good that you say this. I had a young lady in my office Thursday. We're sitting there, we're talking, and she goes, Doc, I want to tell you something. I've been doing what you told me. I changed my diet. I improved my digestion. I've been getting great chiropractic care. I've been getting adjusted. We're doing everything that we're doing. We're working on this.
Right.
And she goes, my cholesterol has always been in the 230s, 240s.
Right.
Always. My doctor has told me repeatedly, well, it's just genetics. It's just in your family. You have a family history of this. That's what it is, right? It's an inherited thing. It's just, you can't help it. So she goes in this time to get her blood work done.
Right.
It's 166.
Yeah.
And I said, well, what happened to the genetic thing? If it's inherited, if it's a family tree thing, right? You have familial high cholesterol.
Right.
Then why is yours 166 right now without any meds?
I mean,
why did it drop?
Because you got healthier. That's why.
Exactly.
Because cholesterol is a stress hormone.
Yes.
And this is a problem that I have, is that most people don't realize. Well, how do I say this politely? Doctors are just like any other vocation. We only know what we know, right?
Right.
If I go to a mechanic to get a vehicle worked on, let's say that I needed a Mercedes worked on. Well, I can't go to a guy that doesn't know how to work on a Mercedes because there's different tools, different machinery, whatever. So we assume, and you know what assuming does, we assume that all doctors know the same thing, right? And the reality of it is that they don't. And it's really unfortunate, because if you just understand basic physiology, you'd be able to really help a lot more conditions instead of just treating symptoms, right? Yeah. Instead of just using a drug to alter physiology, which never works out.
Never.
It causes side effects and symptoms. And, you know, the lady who asked the question about the autoimmune, she said, what about my autoimmune and it's triggered by food allergies?
Sure.
Okay, well, but here's the deal, though. What causes the food allergies? It's all about chasing the rabbit down the... Is it an enzyme deficiency, which usually it is? Is it something else going on neurologically with one of the organs? What's the cause of that? You know, it's not just I'm born and I can't eat these foods. It's, okay, there's a stressor that caused a cascade to happen, and now you have a symptom. But we're so messed up in our thinking that we're trained it's the symptom that's the problem, don't even worry about the cause. Cause, what are you talking about? You know, I mean, high blood pressure, for example. One of the easiest things to deal with.
Yep.
Okay, easiest.
Yep.
You go to your doctor and have you ever had a doctor tell you, well, here's how you get rid of your blood pressure? No. I mean, never.
Well, I mean, doc, you know the same thing. Here's how you get rid of your diabetes. Here's how you lower your cholesterol permanently without a drug. Here's how you fix it. They don't know. And again, we're not picking on that field, okay?
No, we're not.
That field is excellent at acute care, trauma, and saving lives, infectious disease. When it comes
They're
to
the best
acute,
in the world at that.
They're phenomenal. They're phenomenal at it. But guys, that's not what kills us.
No, it's
right?
not. And let me make a comment on that, but I didn't cut you off. But so you're right. We absolutely have the best on the planet when it comes to trauma care. The best. You get shot, you get ran over, you get stabbed, you will have a heart attack, whatever. They will put you back together. 100%. They're the best. The best. Do you know that only accounts for about 1% of total healthcare, though? 1%. So we're the best at 1%. The other 99%, we suck at.
Yes, we do.
How's that working out?
Well, let's correct that. We don't.
No, we don't.
There you go.
They
right,
do.
Our model does.
The model
and
does.
You're right.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
absolutely correct, man.
Sorry.
And it's so true. And the model is broken. And that's what we're talking about here today. That's why we're doing the live. That's why we're doing the show here. That's why I'm on every Saturday morning. Doc's got his show down here in St. Louis that he does. Guys, this is it. This is why we do this, okay? The key to this is education, education, education.
Yeah.
And we try to bring up things that are common and going on. Now, Rod, are you still there with me, bud?
I am.
Is Rick with us today?
He is not. Long story short, technical difficulty.
Got it. We'll go with technical difficulties. So we'll keep going then. I like that. So I got to check in. My weather guy's not here. So we love Rick when he gets a chance, guys. Weather217.com. If you get a chance to reach out to Rick Kirby, it's a great thing. So, you know, we're talking about all this. We're talking about the body's in trouble. We're talking about, you know, how do you know? How do you know when things are going on? Guys, look at those symptoms. That's where symptoms are nice, because symptoms are a way of the body telling you, hey, something's not right. Something's off a little bit. Now, it's amazing what we start to accept.
Right.
You know, gas pain after I eat all the time, bloating after I eat all the time. All of a sudden I eat, I'm taking a nap every time I eat. That's not normal. It's not how it was meant to be. So you look at these things and you start thinking to yourself, there's so many little tells that are going on. You don't have to wait for it to break before you do something.
Yeah.
Right, but our current model isn't designed to handle that.
Yeah.
So one of the things I like to do, that I do in practice, I run something called an integrated urinalysis panel. It's a body audit. We're looking at the body, we're going through and saying, okay, for me to stay normal, run a diagnostic test. Run and see what this body is doing. Guys, it's foolproof. It's been used for 150 years in mainstream medicine. It's been used for 150 years in science. Urine is a wonderful, wonderful way to look at what the body's holding on to and what it's throwing away. And if you can look at that and say, gosh, you know, my thyroid's being pushed pretty hard. I'm noticing some adrenal stress or fatigue, and oh my gosh, I've got a leaky gut syndrome. Or my kidneys aren't keeping up, and that's going to cause chronic fatigue and tiredness, bloating, distension, gas, swelling. All these things are going on. If you can see that before you have the heart disease, before you end up with the cancers and the lupus and the Crohn's and all the crazy things that happen, if you can see the roadmap, you can try to deviate. Don't go over the falls. If you know they're ahead and you're in your barrel floating along, you better start paddling for the side.
Yep.
Don't just blindly over the end. It's not worth it to you. You can change your life because, guys, I don't know how to say this enough. You know, and this is something you and I have talked about a lot. And it's probably the single hardest thing for me to do in practice. Mm-hmm. You and I know where it's going.
Yeah.
We've seen it. We've watched it. Thousands upon thousands of times. You know, if you take your visits in your career and my visits in my career and what we've been doing, guys, I'm 20 years in. How long have you been practicing?
13.
13. So he's 13. We've got 33 years of clinical experience. Between the two of us, we have probably seen close to 500,000 to 1 million patients.
At least.
Okay? You got 1 million patient visits
Yep.
that have come across our tables and our chairs and our offices. And you look at that, you start seeing patterns.
Yep.
Right? And they're predictable. You can watch them. You watch those patterns. It is the hardest thing for me when I watch someone come through the door and I know where it's going.
Yeah.
And I think, guys, okay, here's what we're going to do to change it. And they don't.
Yep.
Or they won't.
Well, isn't that just a frustrating thing?
Oh, it's
I
horrible.
mean, when you just know that you know, like, okay, I know 99% of our job is not getting sick people well. It's convincing them that they can get better.
Yep.
And then getting them to follow the path for long enough. That is totally where it's at. I mean, I feel like Dr. Phil more than I feel like Dr. Eric.
I would agree with you
Because
there,
it's
man.
like, I just want to go up to people and sometimes just smack you in a loving way and say, if you just would do what I do, just do it for 6 to 12 months. And then I tell you what, if it's not better, I'll retire. And I'll give you all your money back.
Good.
I mean, you know, because it's just like baking a cake. As long as you have the right ingredients and you cook it for the right amount of time, it gets better, you know? But the mentality that we've done, I mean, you know, it talks about in the Bible, the best lie that the devil ever told us is he doesn't exist. You know, and one of the biggest lies I believe that we tell ourselves is symptoms are okay.
Yep.
It's our normal. Well, I try to have this conversation shift because people say, well, that's my normal. I get tired after eat, or I get a headache after this, or that's my normal 2 o'clock heart attack. Okay, it's common for you.
It's very, man.
But it's not normal.
That's
it's also
right.
common for 50% of the room to die of a heart attack.
Yeah.
Right. It's also common for 1 out of 3 people to die of cancer. I mean, that's common, but it's not normal.
Right.
And so we've got to shift the way. The only way you're going to shift the results that people get is you first have to shift the way they think.
Yeah.
Right? And really the only way that we're going to be able to do that is consistency, right?
Yeah.
Because they're consistently getting bombarded with drug commercials. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Just take the purple pill if your stomach's upset. You can't sleep, have a Lunesta. Can't wake up, take some speed. Oh, your kid's brain doesn't work right, take some more drugs. It doesn't work. I mean, the science and statistics have proven long-term effects of medications are not good. I'm not saying go home and throw your stuff away. I'm not saying go do that.
Not at all.
I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is while you're trying to go through this journey of patching it up, why don't you also try to fix it?
Dude, I agree with you. I agree with you. Guys, we got to take a quick break here.
Yeah.
When we come back, we're going to talk more about how to try to fix it, a test you can do, a couple different tests you can do to kind of see what the body's doing, how it's doing, and we're looking forward to it. Be back in just a moment.
So a couple things. I got it pulled up here now.
All right, good deal.
So I got a young lady. Her name is Miss Heaven Lee.
Okay.
I love it. And she asked the question, what do you know? What's your take on cannabis and cannabinoids to use medicinally?
Sure.
That's pretty good. I mean, I've got quite a bit of info on that.
That
Looks like I've got a a guy by the name of Tom Nepute, distant cousin. Greetings from Florida. Man, I hope it's warm there. It's freaking, actually, it's
That'd be awesome, wouldn't it?
It says, mesmerized by this discussion. New to me, treating cause. Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys have questions, ask us. But the cannabis and cannabis stuff, I got a lot of info on that
Cool,
as well.
cool. I'm going to come back with the rainbow principle that I like to use a lot in practice, and it's good stuff, and I think everyone will appreciate it. The rainbow principle, guys, when we come back, a good buddy of mine, Dr. Dennis Furking, and really a mentor of mine, a brilliant mind, has got so many wonderful things to share. And again, he's got 40 years of clinical experience beyond us. So no, it's like, gosh, this is what it's about. It's surrounding yourself with like-minded people who are brilliant in their own ways, and they share. And when you get all those guys going together and girls, and we start sharing those things back and forth, then that's where you really see really true vision start coming out of that, right?
100%.
That's when you see the crazy stuff start to happen, the miracles that we're always talking about. It's outstanding.
100%. And hey, those of you guys that are on Facebook right now, hit the little thumbs up button, okay? Share
absolutely.
that thing. Do us a favor and share this because, you know, it's Saturday morning. People need to hear this information. If we don't share it, who's going to? So help us push the little thumbs up button so you can push that out and share it to folks.
Yep, absolutely, guys. And this is the key to this, right? We're trying to share what we're doing. We're trying to help everybody out there because it's about helping people, right? It's about educating. And Doc and I we're two men. And what we're trying to do the best we can to let everybody know that there's a way and a method and a cool thing you can do. And, you know, Doc and I, you know what's cool about us? We practice differently but similar.
Of course.
So there's not one way to roam. That's right.
You just skin it different than I skin
That's
it.
right. There's not one way to roam. There's many. And that's what's so cool about this. We're getting ready to come back.
Sports Radio 1450 and sportsradio1450.com.
All right, guys, welcome back here to House Call. I'm Dr. Sean McCaffrey. Feedback. There we go. How do we get feedback on a phone?
I don't know. But
It's too hot, baby. Too hot to handle.
Yep.
So our phone number here is 529-1450. You're listening to House Call here live. We're on 1450 WFMB and 107.1 FM. Guys, we're the Robin Hood of Healthcare. That's what we're doing, right? We're trying to help people. We're trying to educate. We're trying to do all these great things. I got my good buddy, Dr. Eric Nepute, here joining us today. We are live on Facebook if you guys want to join us there right now. And again, you know, you said something when we were over the break there. Guys, share this.
Yeah.
Share it with your friends. Share it with your family. Like this stuff. Get it out there because we're trying to help educate. You know, Doc, I did a thing, and I know you did too. We both did flu videos.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
important, right? My flu video got blocked. Bang. They
Yeah.
put it up there for a while, and all of a sudden they're like, I don't want people hearing this. And so all of a sudden, we're not going to let you share this anymore. I'm like, wait a minute. This is real. I'm talking about what it is, how it works. I discuss the virus. I discuss how the virus spreads and what it does and the current therapies we use. But I also discuss the ineffectiveness.
100%. 85% failure rate. Failure rate. Sean, if we don't get a result within a week, people don't come back.
Dude, 85%. You're not even batting in baseball at
No,
85%.
no.
They'll let you sit on the bench if you're only batting 150.
No.
I mean,
That's
you're in
right.
trouble,
That's right.
right?
That's
You are
right.
in trouble. You know, and baseball is the one sport you can bat below 500 and still play and be really rich and successful.
That's absolutely right.
It's crazy, right? But 150 doesn't get it done anywhere. Anywhere. So you look at that and you think to yourself, man, that's nuts. You know, so guys, this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to do something amazing. And now I got a principle I like. It's something I do. A good friend of mine, Dr. Dennis Furking, talked about the rainbow principle. And I think all you need to write this down. Write down the word rainbow.
Okay.
And we're going to go through it. The R in rainbow is rest. Are you getting the rest the body needs? It needs 6 to 8 hours uninterrupted sleep a night. Number one. The A is your attitude. Do you believe you can get better? You know, we talk about Jesus from time to time and things that he said in the Bible. One of the things he said is that you can do what I can do.
Yeah.
You can heal like I can heal, but you must believe.
That's right.
And we talked, you know, Ryan yesterday was talking about that, and Peter got out over the water, and Peter forgot to believe.
That's right.
And boop, down he went.
That's
So
right.
you got to believe, guys. You got to have that attitude that I can get better, I can heal. I is intake of nutrients. What are you eating? What are you drinking? What's coming into that body? What fuel and parts are you giving it so it can build, repair, and heal? The N is Nike, right? We got to run. We got to stay exercised. We got to lift weights. We got to be active. We got to be engaged in our life. We are not a sedentary creature. We got to move. We got to keep the bones moving, the muscles working. We got to keep that body vibrant and healthy.
Right.
The B is belief. You must believe in something bigger than yourself.
Yeah.
You have to. You got to believe that you're not just this lone entity out there and there's nothing else going on around you. You got to believe, guys, and that means sometimes in a higher power, that means in the universe, it means in nature, whatever you choose, but you got to have that belief. The O is oxygen. We got to have it. If we don't breathe, we don't live. We can't survive beyond a few minutes without oxygen. We got to have it come in there. The body needs that. And the W in rainbow is water. Now, Dr. Furking, my mentor, my good dear friend, always said, Sean, when you walk in a room with someone, you put your rainbow up on the board. You write it out for them. You ask them which one of those 7 is their weakest point. Yeah. And that is where you begin their care. You focus on what they need the most. Now, you and I are going to balance around that and do all the things that you and I know do, that hoodoo that we do, right? We're going to go all around that. But the key to it is, if you can see where you're weak at, then when we start fixing that, all of a sudden your brain's going, oh my gosh, this is working.
And it responds so fast. That's the key. That's the key with the human body. That, people need to understand that we are genetically set up for healing. I mean, you cut yourself, it heals.
Yep.
We're made to heal.
Yep.
The problem is that we get in our own way because of the habits we have, the not abiding by the rainbow principle causes us to get out of balance. And we talked about this yesterday, that sickness is really adaptation to stress, right? I mean, when you're obese and your body raises cholesterol, it does that to protect itself.
Yep.
Or when you don't eat, it changes blood sugars to protect itself. And so it's all about getting to the basics, not just going, oh, you have that symptom, here's this drug. Like Jennifer just said on Facebook, she says, I get so frustrated because my doctor says it's normal to have pain at your age. Like, that's not normal ever.
No, ever. And guys, this is the thing. Doc and I were talking over when we were on Facebook here. We were over the break. We were discussing how we don't do things exactly the same. Right? We are similar. Our mindset is the same. But like you said, we learned to skin a cat a different way. The key is it's still being done. We're still looking for the cause. We're looking for how to remove the cause and allow the body to restore normal function. Get back to healthy. And guys, pain is never normal. No. There is no, oh, well, that's just how it is. Oh, Mrs. Smith, you're 60 now, so that's why you can't turn your head to back out of your driveway. That is not normal. No. All right, and what happens is if you allow that pain to sit there, it's inflammation. Right? We hear about it all the time. You allow that to stay and you don't correct it, now you're looking at chronic inflammation. 100%. Oh, that underleads heart disease and strokes and cancers and diabetes. Those are all inflammatory processes. Don't leave it. Get your life back. You just have to know how to do it.
I like to tell people that PAIN is an acronym. It stands for Pay Attention Inside Now.
Like that.
All it is that your body's throwing up a check engine light saying, hey, there's a problem. The pain's not the problem. So if I take something to get rid of the problem, it's like trying to put a piece of tape over my check engine light. It makes no sense. And by the way, that hasn't served our country and our community very well. 65,000 people died in 2015 just from opioid medications alone. Yeah. And we have an answer for that.
And that's it. And you're right. And that's what's so amazing about it. 65,000 people died. More people have died from opioid overdoses than in the Vietnam War. Think about that, dude. That's crazy. Wild. Absolutely crazy. That's absolutely so crazy, guys. And you look at that and you think to yourself, for what? For what? Because you had a system that didn't know how to handle your pain, that didn't know how to handle what was wrong with you, and all of a sudden, they're like, all right, we're just going to throw you into the machine. It's not worth it. It's absolutely not worth it. So, guys, here's what I do. I like to run my integrated urinalysis panel. I like to run that test because I want to know, where is your body trying to fight back? Where is it trying to get normal? And it lets me know. It's not a guess. It is a definite, it lets me know. So as I look at that and I think to myself, gosh, if I can run a simple, easy test that's not hard, and it can tell me profound things about the human body, I can see where are you spending your resources. When the bill collectors come, who are you paying, who are you not? Because the ones you're not paying, eventually that's what's going to burn that house down. And we got to look for those things. Doc, we're getting ready to close out here today. We're getting into the last about minute of our show. Man, it's been great.
Appreciate it.
It's been outstanding, guys. I hope you have appreciated Dr. Nepute joining me this morning. We've had a wonderful time. We are on every Saturday morning. Make sure you follow us. Again, share this if you would. If you're on Facebook, make those thumbs go up, all those good things, because that's how we share, right? Get those out there so people can see this. I hope it's profound. I hope it changes someone's life. That's the goal of this, is to get you your life back. We've had a great time. I want to thank our amazing sponsors. We've got Apple Barn, Belterra Farms, Goulden's Body Boutique and Nail Spa. We've also got Hillier Storage and Moving. Great, great people. Guys, remember, there's so much amazing stuff out there. You know, go to McCaffreyhealth.com. Check out our page. Go to Dr. Nepute. What's your webpage, bud?
Nepute Wellness, Nepute Wellness.com.
Absolutely, guys. And we're always on Facebook. You know, you and I are constantly. I hear the bulldog in the background.
Yep.
We're always on Facebook doing our thing here. Robert, are we close to closing out? There it is. All right, guys, here's the deal. If you don't expect a miracle, they tend not to happen. Bye-bye.
Awesome, brother. Good job, dude.
All right, man. It was great. Guys, thank you very much. This is what we're all about, right? We're going to try and really, truly revolutionize healthcare. I had a vision the other day. You know, we were talking, and you're supposed to. What do you want to achieve, right? You got to achieve. You got to believe, and you got to go through these things. And I thought to myself, what do I want to achieve? And I literally thought to myself, I want to be known as the Albert Einstein of healthcare in the 21st century.
Well, right there.
That's what I'm after. And it's not about ego. I don't care if anyone even knows my name.
Right.
It's not about that. I want to have that kind of an impact on humanity. I want to have the impact that Hippocrates had. I want to have the impact that Newton had. I want to have the impact that Einstein had. That's the kind of impact that I'm trying to achieve and hope. And I hope that when we pull this off, because I'm going to need help.
Yeah.
You know, and I know Dr. Nepute here, we're in the same like mind. When we pull this off, I truly, truly believe we're empowering you guys to take back your life.
Yeah.
We're empowering you to get back to who you were meant to be. And it's going to be a better, quality-filled life, and that is what it's all about. We're tired of being sick and tired. We're tired of people not being healthy. We're tired of people just throwing money and dollars after dollars and not getting anything for it.
Yep.
If I can help you, if I can guide you, if I can empower you, I'm all for it. I'm constantly learning. Doc's constantly learning.
Yeah.
We're sharing this back and forth so we can advance what we're trying to do, and I'm super, super excited about this. So, guys, please, absolutely share what we're putting up there. I appreciate you, man, for doing what you do. It's love all the time. You know that. And guys, thanks a lot. We're going to tune out for today.
Yep. Have a great day, guys. See ya.